Hey there, adventure friends.
We found a spot, finally, where no one's really bugging us. This is amazing. We walked for miles pretty much into the next town. What's it called? Gaira?
Gaira, I think.
Gaira. It's the little town next to El Rodadero. If you look over at the beach from here, the beach we're on, there's like hardly anybody on it. And then if you look over at El Rodadero, it is jam-packed, like no spaces.
Swarming.
People trying to sell you something every inch that you walk. So
yeah,
this is a miracle.
Luckily, we found a really cool cliffside here with some really cool rocks that are filled with like quartz and all sorts of cool minerals and stuff. And it's super relaxing over here, listening to the waves, sitting here crash, the sun beating down on our skin, nice and warm, and not having people walk up every other second. Gives our voice a break from having to say no gracias every 2 seconds. No gracias. No gracias. No gracias.
No gracias. Trying to film a vlog here.
We're trying. Come on, beach. We're trying to vlog here.
Anyways, today we want to talk about slowing down to speed up. We've got some tips for you about how to plan an off-the-grid adventure. How to basically unplug yourself from everything going on in your life and what you need to do to unplug for a while.
Yeah, so if you've got a job, a lot of times it's just requesting off from work, but this is more in depth than that. This is if you have your own business and you're wanting to do it full time, maybe you're doing it full time, what to do to make this happen. Because the thing is when you are your own boss, you are an entrepreneur, you're earning an independent living doing what you love. You are the man, you are the woman, you are the one who you put your schedule into and say, hey, this is when I'm working, this is when I'm not. So you kind of get to decide when and where that is. And right now, we're deciding to do it through Colombia.
Yeah, this has been really interesting. It seems like everywhere we travel, like the whole time that we've been traveling full time, we've been building our business together.
Yep.
When we started traveling together full time, Brian literally just quit his job. I was living up in Toronto. Brian was living in Austin, Texas. So when we started traveling full time, we were finally able to be together, which meant we were finally able to start building our business together instead of via video calls. So this whole time we've been traveling, people are always like, oh, well, you were in blah, blah, blah place. Did you do this and this and this and this? What do you mean you didn't do all these tourist things? And our response has been, well, we've been building our business. And that's actually been the best thing ever for us because we're able to be together, like I mentioned, and we're able to be wherever we want in the world while we build our business. So we can hang out on the beach with you, film a video, or we can go for a walk on the beach in the morning instead of me waking up at my apartment in Toronto freezing while Brian's down in Austin with the sun shining on his beard.
Yeah, it's like -8 Celsius right now up in Canada. It's crazy.
It was -30 not too long ago. So, I mean, I'm happy to escape that and have a beach style life where I'm still working, but you know, everybody's got to have their own definition. In a recent video, we were talking about what's your definition of adventure, and ours right now is taking a risk on ourselves to build this business, to travel full time, to live life more on our terms, which has led us to our very first off-grid excursion.
Yeah. So this is going to be probably the most intense, physically active, disconnected completely, no cell signal, no Wi-Fi waves going through our bodies, and very infrequent electricity to plug in and recharge cameras and our phones so that we can take notes and stuff like that.
Yep.
But this is gonna be quite intense. So we're gonna be going to Ciudad Perdida, which is the lost city. And we've been preparing for that. And there's these tips that we're gonna be going over with you today about how to unplug and what needs to be done so that you can do this successfully if you're running a business online full time. So let's get into it.
Tip number one, you need to decide what your off the grid goal is. What does that look like for you? Does that mean unplugging for a while? Does that mean going to your favorite little nook on the earth and spending some time alone or with loved ones? What does that mean to you? Decide on your off grid goal.
Number two is, what are you gonna do to prepare for going off the grid? Now, when you have a business online, there are a few things that could potentially go wrong, and there's ways to remedy that. And here's what we're doing. Because we have a knowledge commerce business, this simply means that we develop e-courses that bridge the gap so people with ideas can put their ideas online and make money for it. Because, you know, regardless of what some people may say, Google is the #1 machine for finding out answers to questions and stuff. And what's cool is people pay for that information. So what we've ended up doing was we figured out a really cool way over the last like 3 years of running our business online, doing a lot of things manually. We found some ways to bridge the gap so that we can go off grid. One of the ways is scheduling content. Now, when you're running a business online, building the know, love, trust factor, producing content in the form of YouTube videos, maybe Facebook posts, you know, if you do Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, whatever, you've got to get content in front of people, because guess what? If you don't stay in front of people, people will forget who you or who your business is, and you want to stay in front of them. So there's all sorts of really cool tools out there for scheduling content. Now, YouTube has one built in. So for videos, all we have to do simply is film a few videos in advance, click the schedule feature. When you do upload, don't do public or unlisted or private, click the one that says schedule, and then select the day and time you want it to show up. Upload the video, do your end screen, do your you know, in video cards and all that.
YouTube stuff.
All the YouTube stuff. You'll be set to go. For Facebook business page, there's a schedule function also where you can go and schedule posts. So there's all sorts of really cool things that you can do, and that's kind of what we're doing right now to prepare to be off the grid.
Yeah, and we also do with our tribe a live campfire Q&A once a month. So we just gotta make sure that we don't plan being away from our business during our campfire Q&A, and then also to notify our tribe that we are going away. So if anybody needs help while we're gone, it's just 4 days, guys. You'll be okay. We're all big adults here, and that's what our e-courses are for. So people can pause, they can fast forward. Imagine what life would be like if you set that up for yourself. We actually call that the one and done approach, where you just record something once, and then people from all over the world are able to view it whenever they want on their terms. Because
how cool is that?
That's what people want, right? The people want that microwave, instant, automatic, I want to do this on my timeline.
Yep.
Well, videos allow them to do that, and they also allow you as the business owner to take a little step away from your business whenever you wish.
Because that's the idea of entrepreneurship, is that you're able to work your tail off. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it is difficult at first. You know, there's a lot of new things that you're gonna be learning and everything, but what's cool is the freedom that it allows you to have, where you don't have to clock in. You can figure out when you're going to be off the grid and when you want to stay connected and stuff, and just make it work for you. And that's why we do what we do in our lives, so that we're not just, you know, people are like, oh, you know, how long is your vacation? Well, our vacation started in April of 2017. That's when our vacation started. So we've been traveling full time since then, but to be honest, like, we work everywhere we're at. You know, it's either you're gonna work in one location, pay rent, pay a mortgage, pay a ton of utility bills, all sorts of stuff, or, you know, maybe get an Airbnb, maybe travel around, maybe find some cool accommodations, and pretty much be able to experience life and travel. That's what we love.
Yeah, and do we have time to go see every little thing along the way? No, We don't have time for that right now, but guess what? That's what we're building up to. And that's why I think that we're so proud of being able to go to Ciudad Perdida, because it's the first time that we've really been able to just unplug ourselves and step away from our business. And that's like, it only took us 2 years to get to that point. So that's pretty exciting stuff. Like, imagine where you'll be in a year. Imagine where you'll be in 3 years. Like, by this time next year, we might be able to step away from our business for a whole month. And that's really the goal, is that we show up when it's time for the campfire Q&As.
Now, this isn't actually the first time that we've been off the grid. This is the first time intentionally. Now, we've scheduled Airbnbs that say they have Wi-Fi connection, and it's so poor that you're not able to do anything but check email, and that's not enough to run a business.
No.
We've been to places like in Costa Rica, in the hills, in Monteverde, in the mountains, the cloud forest. They're like, yeah, we've got internet. And guess what? There was none. So this is just a more prepared time.
So make these goals for yourself. That's first, make the decision. The second thing is, like Brian said, what's required to reach the goal? The third thing, what will you give up in order to make this goal, this dream happen for you and the ones that you love in your life? When you get started, this may mean that you need to start reassessing your relationships. Take a look at the people in your life. Are they people that you really want to spend your time with? Maybe it's something in your life that's making you miserable and you keep doing it. It's like a pattern or behavior or something that gets in the way of your focus when it comes to building something that sets you free. So start thinking about the things that you would possibly give up to move yourself closer to your goal, because sometimes, most of the time, that takes giving up drinking or drugs or weekend benders with your friends. That takes up moving on from friends who aren't good influences on your life and finding better people to hang out with that enrich your life, enlighten you, and teach you something.
Yeah, I mean, you may even have to hit that power button on the remote for TV and turn on something that's more educating, something that, you know, is going to get you a result. Now, I know that entertainment is important and it's nice to be entertained, but there's so many really cool things that you can be doing that's going to allow you to leverage your time and do more in life and achieve more and have more success, so that you're not feeling weighed down like, you know, we used to feel.
Yep.
So it's okay to, you know, give up things. It's okay, because what you give up is going to allow you to do more in your life and give you more time. So that's what we mean when we say slow down to speed up. You know, what do you need to get rid of in order to slow down so that you can regroup?
So that you can live the life that you really want to be living, so you can hit those goals, so that you can go off the grid or unplug or do something that you really want to do and not worry about it getting in the way. Thanks so much for hanging out. We hope you got something out of this. If you got questions, leave them in the comments below. We love having you.
If you haven't yet, go ahead and click subscribe and hit that bell to be notified every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that we come out with a fresh video just for you.
And until next time, friends.
Adventure on.
Adventure on. Bye.